Hey, welcome to Q&A, where you ask your questions on faith and life, and I do my best to give a biblical perspective. Well, let's jump into today's question. Is it appropriate to wear clothes that feature references to other gods, i.e. Nike being named after the Greek god? Yeah, it's certainly not a question that I had ever sort of thought about before. I can understand as a Christian, the Bible does talk about avoiding other gods, having nothing to do with them and everything else. And I guess you could build a case to say that you're having something to do with a Greek god by wearing the brand Nike named after it. I'm just not sure that it's a strong case, and I'm not sure that it's a case that could stand a lot of scrutiny, because where do you draw the line? I mean, for example, think of the days of the week. Saturday's named after the Saturn, who was the Roman god of agriculture. Sunday and Monday are named after the sun and the moon, pagan, the pagan things. Tuesday's named after the German god of war, and Wednesday's comes from Woden, who was the ultimate Norse god who created all the other gods. And so all I'm saying is that I think we have to be careful that we aren't making something bigger than it ought to be. I agree that Nike is a brand that, well, for me, it has commitments to questionable causes, abortion, for example. So I avoid that brand. I haven't worn Nike. I don't wear Nike. I can't imagine wearing anything with Nike because I have fundamental problems with what the brand stands for the same reason that I don't support Nestle. I avoided it if at all possible, and look for alternative products because I don't support what it stands for. I can't agree with its values and its morals. So for me, the issue is not that there is like with branding that the brand referencing another god. For me, I'm looking at what does the brand represent, what does the brand stand for, and that's what determines what brands I would buy and what brands I wouldn't. So I guess for me, the issue really becomes in terms of should a Christian wear these things, is why does as a Christian, why do you wear what you wear? I mean, brands are status symbols. That's a worldly thing. They are a materialistic expression of success, of wealth, and all those sorts of things. And so I guess you've got to ask yourself, why am I going down that line? Why do I buy particular brands? Why, as a Christian, how does this sit with my values, with biblical values? What do the scriptures have to say? And I say that because I think, for example, of what Paul says to Timothy in 1 Timothy 2:9, where he talks about tell a woman to dress modestly, not because he's anti-fashion or anything like that, but he's saying that I don't want you to dress, even if you're wealthy, in materialistic ways and draw attention to yourself. I want you to focus on adorning your heart before you adorn your body, so that you live in a way that draws people and points people not to a brand, not to your success, not to material things, but to God. And so for me, I think in response to the question, each of us has to determine where that line is between being stylish and being materialistic. I don't think there's anything wrong with being stylish, but if we're choosing brands because because of their status, then I think that's a real shallow reason for Christians to go down that line. Being stylish, no problem with it, but you're going to have to decide where that line is for yourself, I think. But just because it references another god or a Greek god, I wouldn't rule that out. So yeah, love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Why not post them there? But hey, if you've got questions on faith and life, jump over to slido.com, use the hashtag askhamish. Would love to hear from you. But that's it for now. Until next time, God bless.